Hey guys, welcome back. This video will go under the playlist PDCCH. In this video, I will talk about two aspects. One is the role of PDCCH during initial access. So, which means during initial access scenarios, whether PDCCH is required or not, if required or if transmitted, what is the ID used at the UV to decode it, and what is the format used. So, during this explanation, I will try to cover two or three interview questions. All right. So, with this, let's get started. As I was explaining in the previous video, base station acts as a master, and hence base station would transmit the scheduling information from base station to the UV via PDCCH. The slave, it doesn't know where is its PDCCH information, and hence which goes and perform the blind decoding. All right. So during this blind decoding, at least UV should use a particular information in order to know which is the PDCCH that belongs to itself. For example, let's say we have these two circles corresponding to the PDCCH of UV number 1 and UV number 2. Now how does UV number 1 knows that okay, its PDCCH is present in circle number 2? So that is possible only when UV number uses the right ID. That ID is nothing but RNTI. Okay, so it is we can say X RNTI because X could be it could be cell RNTI or TC RNTI, RA RNTI or SI RNTI and things like that. So by that way, if UV uses the right RNTI information, then it can able to decode the PDCCH correctly, and by that way it gets to know its PDCCH. Now, I was also mentioning that this PDCCH should be transmitted in every slot. Okay, slot, and this PDCCH will be present in either first symbol or second symbol or a combination of first and second symbol. So depending upon the configuration, and that's all. UV will go ahead and try to decode the PDCCH blindly in these two symbols, depending upon the configuration. All right, but now the thing is, we are talking about initial access. Okay, initial access is for example, when you switch on the UV, that is for the very first time during the initial stages, it is trying to access the base station, it is trying to connect to the base station, right? That's why it is called as initial access. And during this time, UV doesn't know what is the start of the slot and what is the end of the slot. So it is not synchronized with the base tension, and hence the first and foremost thing that the UV is supposed to do is it should synchronize in the downlink direction. For synchronizing from the base station, we get, I mean, the UV gets the signal that is called SSB. Okay, synchronization signal block. This will be transmitted from the base station. It will be broadcasted all the time. I mean, depending upon the periodicity of SSB, it will be transmitted, and UV has to decode this SSB in order to find the slot boundary. Okay, so now the question is whether do we have PDCCH for this SSB, because SSB is transmitted in the downlink, right? So in order to know where is the location of this SSB, do we have PDCCH? No, because as I was mentioning, PDCCH has to be transmitted every slot by slot, and since during the initial access, UV requires to know its slot boundary. So here in the beginning, PDCCH is not sent, directly SSB is sent. Then how does UV is going to identify where is its SSB? Definitely again the UV has to perform the blind decoding, and it should continuously try to look for the signal, and it should try to plot the energy of the signal, and where and at certain point in time it will actually get to know that okay, there is a huge received signal, and if it uses the right sequence, and if it decodes the SSB, then it will get to know okay, this is where the slot boundary is. It can derive the slot boundary. I will not go to the details of how the SSB will be decoded by the UV, but the main intention which I want the main thing which I wanted to mention here is there is no PDCCH in the very beginning, and the UV is trying to figure out the slot boundary using this SSB, and that's where it gets to align with the slot, or it gets to synchronize with the slot in the downlink direction. Okay, definitely similar to downlink, UV should also actually synchronize in the uplink direction, okay, because the multiple UVs that are connected to the base station would be transmitting the information from different distances. So all of them should reach to the base station at the same time. For that, a timing delay should be adjusted. So that is another synchronization that should happen in the uplink. So now the thing is that when UV decodes the SSB, first thing is it identified the beginning of the slot, it aligned with the slot boundary, and along with that, it is going to get some more configurations. Okay, so that configurations are required for the UV to process or to proceed with the further decoding of the signals. So I will not also get into these details of which are the basic configurations that UV gets to know, but I will move on to the other aspects, or I will move on to the other signals. Okay, these configurations. So one of the interview questions could be, so initially it is going to get the minimum set of configurations, right? Under which block, or under which under which channel this information will be present. So that is, so this SSB consists of PSS, SSS, and PBCH. So this PBCH is physical broadcast channel. So in this channel we have the master information block. Okay, so this master information block consists of the required initial configurations for the UV to proceed with the further decoding of signals. So definitely, again, since MIB is a part of PDCH, and for this thing there is no PDCCH, so for MIB as well there is no PDCCH. Okay. Now after MIB, what is going to happen? And I was telling that UV should also actually synchronize in the uplink direction, right? So apart from these basic configurations, the UV should also receive some more configurations in order for the UV to proceed further. So those informations are coming as part of system information block. Okay, SIB. So there are SIB 1, 2, 3, and it goes on. Okay. So now how is this SIB transmitted from the base station to the UV? So this SIB is in the downlink direction. It consists of a data. So it is a PDSCH. It goes in the PDSCH channel. Definitely now the UV is aligned to the slot boundary, and it knows what is the beginning of the slot. And now once the slot is known, definitely for every PDSCH channel we need PDCCH, right? Because from PDCCH only the UV can get to know, okay, where is its PDSCH information. So now for this SIP, first from the base station to the UV, okay, let's say UV, uh, there is PDCCH transmitted, and as well as PDSCH transmitted. Now UV perform the blind decoding of this PDCCH. Now the interview question here is, if he is going to get this PDCCH, I was mentioning that he should use the ID. What is the ID that he should use? Okay. Since this is a system information block, it should go ahead and use SIRNTI. Okay. So then what about okay, once this is decoded correctly using SIRNTI, then from this PDCCH it gets to know, okay, where are the resources that are present for me to decode PDSCH, and once the UV decodes this PDSCH, it gets to know the contents present in SIB1 or SIBX. Okay. So by that way UV gets to know more and more configurations that can be used for the further communication. Now the thing is that yeah, we know what is the ID used. This could also be the interview question to decode the SIB. What is the ID used for decoding? Okay, this is SIRNTI. We need to remember it. And apart from that, what is the format used? The thing is that this initial access, right? So every company expects you to know the procedure during the initial access. If you have gone through this, or if you have worked in decoding of meme or same, or if you have worked in downlink channels, then definitely, or even during interview, they will try to ask you, okay, have you do you know the initial access procedure? Then if you say yes, then all these things will come into picture, and they will try to ask for questions on all these aspects. So please be ready with the initial access procedure very neatly, so that you can answer better. So here they might ask you what is the PDCCH format used. Okay, definitely, this is a this is downlink. This PDCCH corresponds to the downlink data, right? And so downlink DCI. So DL DCI. So DCI format, one corresponds to downlink, and zero corresponds to CISO. So what is the other one we have? DCI, one underscore one. This is again in the downlink, but this is for a MIMO. Okay. So but in the very beginning, everything goes with CISO configuration. So DCI format 10 would be transmitted. Okay. So now, if you have worked on this initial access, right, and if you have worked on PRAG, usually there will be one more question that is asked. Okay. So as I was telling, if you decode SIP1, SIP2, and things like that, you will get more configurations. So one of the configurations that is required immediately is, so UV has to synchronize in the uplink direction as well. So in that case, if UV has to synchronize in the uplink direction, then UV should know certain resources to transmit the uplink data, right, or uplink signal. So how does it get? How will it know? Which um, which what configurations to be used in order to transmit the uplink data. That configuration will be present in the SIP. Okay, that is okay in the uplink direction. What is transmitted? That signal is called PRAG, physical random access channel. This is in the uplink direction to synchronize in the uplink. So for this, do we have PDCCH is the question. Okay, so there is no PDCCH here. This could be another interview question. There is no UL DCI for this, but yeah, PDCCH anyway mentions about the configurations, right? Or resources where the PRAG should be transmitted. That configuration now will be present in the SIB, okay, system information block, and hence UV gets to know via SIB, okay, what is the configuration that should be used to transmit the PRAG. So if you have worked on this PRAG and in this initial access, one important interview question here is, so between, okay, 4G and 5G, okay, 4G versus 5G, where is the PRAG configuration coming? In 4G, where is the in which SIB contains PRAG configuration? In 5G, which SIB contains PRAG configuration? So in case of 4G, it was present in SIB2, but now in 5G, it is present in SIB1. Okay, so I hope I think I would like to stop this video here. Let us try to see the further concepts. In the PRAG. Once it gets to know the configuration, how that will be transmitted to the base station. Okay, then what does base station do? And further, if a message to what is the format, what is the ID used, what is the whether PDCCH will be present or not, and things like that. And there also we have more and more interview questions. So let us try to look into those things in the upcoming video. So with this, I will wind up. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Please do subscribe to the channel and share with your friends who are looking for such useful content. Bye bye. Take care.